It doesn't look. Hi, Jordan. How are you? Good to see you. And how's your experience with COVID-19 so far? Jordan, where are you from? I'm streaming on a couple of platforms. I'm on YouTube Live, also on TikTok and Facebook. The idea that I have is one, to make sure that we all stick together. I'm live streaming from Sydney, Australia. My name is Dr. Joe Isaac, if we haven't met before. I hope that you can hear me okay. Hi, Irish, how are you? Jordan, no, I'm not Persian. That's a very good guess. It's not actually that far. But yeah, I'm around the area. You are in Sydney as well. All right, well, welcome to Australia. We've got also Art, who is from Sydney as well over here. So it looks like the Australian hangout. So it's a good thing. Um, Most recently, I'm sharing my journey check on everybody. And other than this, obviously, I have to look in this camera for a little bit. Then I have to look into that camera for a little bit. So I can keep all my people here with me. Pardon me. And I'm just responding to some private messages as well coming from the tube. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you for the PMs. We have Josie from Sydney. Hello, we have the Sydney crew today, which is really awesome. And somebody's talking about my hair. You have an amazing good hair. Yeah, I kind of shaved it, and then it started to grow, and then I had a couple of different looks. We've had to shut down 2 of our 3 clinics. Jordan, you have 3 clinics. Are you guys doctors or nurses, or what's happening? Looks like I just have to answer a couple of questions here. Yes, we have another live over here, so we are joining a few live streams to make sure that we connect with the majority as much as we can. No matter what, we're here to help, and I'm personally dedicating my time to help you and you to get over this COVID-19 in the situation that we are in. It's something that not many people have faced before and probably struggling with, but we'll get there. So yes, if I'm looking at you over here, then I'm talking to you, but I'll be responding to your questions. When I'm looking over here, I will be responding to your questions as well. So it's okay, don't worry, I can multitask. I've done this a few times thanks to COVID-19, who taught me how to do a broadcast with multiple platforms at the same time. So Jordan, you are in as a dentist. You're a dentist, yeah. Okay, that is good to hear. And yes, that's about my hair. It is a difficult time here in Sydney, and I'm sure you guys are aware. Thanks, Maya, for joining in. How are you? Thanks for your beautiful remarks and comments over here. And I guess having the situation that we are facing at the minute, it is something that we need to stick together. And I have made a couple of videos on YouTube and TikTok about the side effects of the coronavirus lockdown. No, I haven't met laser beam. I haven't met that one, Irish. So it's important that we stay positive, that we stay in a social atmosphere where we connect with people. Hence why I'm doing a lot of lives that I have never done that many lives in my whole entire social media journey since 2006 when I joined YouTube. So I guess it's important that we stick together. There are people out there that are by themselves. We need to connect with them, call your friends, ask about them, see how they are, raise the spirit. We don't know what is this lockdown parameters and how long it's going to be. If stress, anxiety kick in, then we're going to have depression. And the problem we're going to have with that, we're going to face a lot of scenarios that are much bigger than our health system. This is my message for everybody, to carry this message across and make sure that you have that kind of mindset with everyone. So thanks, Irish. I appreciate it. So basically, the idea here that we're talking about is help everybody stand strong, prepare for a long-term plan. If you have to work from home, if you have to support someone, if you have to help someone, you got to be ready with that one. Guys, I can't keep up with the comments over here, so just maybe slow it down a little bit. I'll be answering those questions, and I'm including that in my conversation over here. So thank you so much. Now, some of the questions coming up about TikTok. What do we have on TikTok? We have community everywhere. We have a lot of opportunities. If you have missed on my series on YouTube about how to get TikTok famous or how to get your videos trend, I would suggest you watch it on YouTube as well. I've made, I think, so far about 5 episodes or 4 episodes, with episode 3 into 2 parts. So I try to keep it short because I understand you guys on here are used to fast videos, 15 seconds, maybe 1 minute. So you're not really ready to straight away go to 10, 11-minute video. So I cut it a bit short to make sure that it is catering for that part. And moving on from here, I'm documenting now my journey about the shadow experience that I'm getting over here and how long it's gonna last. I don't even know why and how it all started. So I guess your comments and your remarks on this part will be extremely important to share with me. Art, I'm not really sure if I could see anything you are saying anywhere. How many people are still tuning in over here? If you can hear me correctly and hear me fine, please put one on the screen. Put one on the screen over here so I can see. You guys are cool if you can hear my voice and everything is fine. Just give me one, please, over here, one over here as well, so I can make sure that I can continue to go without having to realize later on that there's some kind of drop. So if you can hear me, you are giving me one on whatever platform that you're on, so I can continue on. Okay, all right, so we've got here, so 1, thank you. I'm getting a lot of ones over here. Yes, 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 thank you, thank you. Here, what is happening here? Oh yeah, the shadow is happening, of course. Nobody's. Mountain, hello, are you real? Is Mountain real? Who else is real over here? Hey, Chris, you keep dropping and coming back. Chris, is everything okay with you? Yes. All right. Cool. Let's move on from this part. And not sure if you agree with me, but the actual company doesn't condone any of the shadow ban thing. Just gonna have to scroll over here. Yes, okay. Thank you. Appreciate your nice comments. Hi, Deepak. How are you? Another channel. Okay, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Just hold off to the comments over here, guys. Just please hold off over here, and I'll be answering those shortly. Over here, yes, Chris is back. That's okay. Are you guys producing videos over here, or are you just mainly watching videos? If you can hear that question, okay, give me an answer over here. And hi, Monique, how are you? Thanks, Irish. Pardon me. It's Corona time right now. Gonna answer yours shortly as well. I do appreciate your presence and your remarks. And if you haven't seen TikTok Famous series, then I would suggest you do watch that one. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll be documenting the journey of the shadow ban and making sure that we are. I'm just getting another one. Hang on a second. One moment, guys. Just getting another call at the minute. So if you guys stay with me, yes, of course, I understand. So if you just hold off your questions for a moment, as we are live, I will be joining in to answer your questions shortly. All right, so we're back at it, and let's move over here. Thank you for tuning in. I am Dr. Joe Isaac, if we haven't met before. And if you have any questions for me, you've got the theme, you've got the topic. Go ahead and ask me any questions. Now it's time to answer your questions. Yes, I do have a series about TikTok Famous, how to make it, what worked for me, what didn't work. At the moment, I'm doing one episode on YouTube every month because I'm very limited with my time. At the moment, I don't have my full team. So that's what I'm doing over here. If you're interested, I would suggest you watch it. Also, somehow I got shadow banned for some reason that I don't know about. Hi, user. How are you? And I'm documenting that journey 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever days it takes. And I'll be very interested to collect more information through you. Hi, user. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. Welcome to everybody that is joining in over here. I really appreciate it. I have to respond to you and respond to those people as well. So bear with me. I will be answering all your questions. And I hope you still recognize me with my new look. So we are currently answering those questions over here. So just tune in and listen. Yes, the TikTok Famous series. I'm now making a new episode, working on a new episode to document my journey about how did it happen, don't know. So what is happening, what's the views per hour in terms of every video I produce. We monitoring the length of each video, the interactions, the engagement, all that. And then we're going to see how long that's going to last. There is nothing that I know or the team knows that could have caused this. Nothing against the community guidelines on the platform. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but I guess your opinions, if you have any information to share with me, that would be absolutely great and highly appreciated to help all the entire community. And that is the part. So moving on from this topic, the next one. Yes, I am, and thank you, appreciate it. My topics are generally about psychology, about motivation, about documenting what I have learned in my life and sharing it with the people for free. That's what I'm all about, and there's nothing that is going to stop me. I'm not expecting any returns. All I want is to make sure that my message gets across to the people and that the people share it with the people that can benefit from it. That is exactly my target, and that's what I want. Nothing else. I don't sell stuff. I'm not here to lie to you, and it really hurts me when I see people commenting on some of my videos and saying it's fake or it's a lie, because I certainly do not lie and I don't condone any lying, even as a joke over here. That's not something I respect or I agree on. In fact, I do criticize it. I just put a video today over here about something like this, that sometimes it's cool to muck around with people, but not to really waste their time and also lie to them intentionally when you know that you are lying. This is not acceptable whatsoever, and I don't agree on that part. Now back to your questions over here. Sorry guys, you're gonna just tune in for a moment as I answer their questions. Yes, some people are saying that you can post 2, 3, 4 videos a day. I don't agree with this. I have seen some people like this. What they do is they're just hammering so many things. If you read the guidelines for TikTok, actually, it tells you that you need to put 3 to 5 videos a week. So that particular expansion on putting so many, you don't get to the right people. So I do appreciate it. I'm just waving to those people who are arriving in here. Thank you so much for coming and welcome to the live. Appreciate your presence on both platforms. For those people who just arrived over here and here, just want to let you know that we are live on a couple of platforms. So I'm talking to this platform, I'm talking to this platform at the same time. I'll be answering your questions as I have been, be answering your questions as well, but sometimes I can't welcome everybody with their name due to the speed and how many people coming in. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And it is a pleasure to have you, all of you, on every platform. The question I have over here, does anybody of you guys have ever experienced that shadow ban? Anybody over here has experienced the shadow ban? We need to put our voice, our experience together and collect as much information as we can to counter this one. Thank you so much for everything. Now back at it, where is everybody from? Where are you tuning in from? Which country are you watching from? Sydney, Australia over here. Oh, you guys know where I am from, so I don't need to be asking you that question. You guys know. All right. What is the next question coming up? Next question. How do I stay positive? Ooh, that's a very good question. That's a difficult question. It is something that requires a lot of training, how to stay positive. We as humanity, in terms of psychology, we tend to look at the negative side because our protection and protecting our life is often the primary goal of the survival of humans. So if there's any situation that can contain the plus and the minus, the positive and the negative, we tend to look and see the negative first to ensure the protection for the human being. For you to stay positive, you got to train yourself to see the negative in the dangers and to see the positive overall by putting the right lens on. It does require a lot of practice, it does require training until you manage to find that one positive angle in whatever difficult situation that you are in. That is precisely what it is. Hello, Abu Dhabi. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is there anybody here from Abu Dhabi, the Middle East? We have some people here from the Middle East. Thank you so much. Yep, I got that one. Appreciate it. If that is your case, just give us a nice, hi or something like this. That should be fine. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Pardon me. I think I'm getting down to the last question. The very last question. How can I help my favorite content creator? How can I support them? I guess this is a common question, and I guess a lot of people don't understand how to support the people that they admire and get the message across. So to say this real quick, number one thing, when you see their videos, do not like the video in the beginning. Number one, make sure that you watch the video, all of it, enjoy the video completely until the end, and then give that a like. Then make a comment related to that video, because you also get likes on your comments. After this, you can share that video to the people that are interested in similar situation or similar in that knowledge. If you're talking about, how to produce high quality TikTok videos, for example, or how many lives should you go on YouTube a week, for example. The video is talking about this. Share that video with those people that might be interested in that. So if you're doing things that way, in that matter, then you will be getting the message across. Number 3, so actually we spoke about watch it all together, then we discussed to like it at the end, make a comment, valuable comment, really cool comment. Then after this, pardon me, corona time right now, after this you share it to the right people that can get help. After this, when you revisit the very next day, revisit the same exact video again and check any new comments, anything like this. A very good question from Henry. How important, I'm just going to answer over here just on this side, so just tune in, guys. Fitness for mental health. In fact, what I have shared over here is mental fitness is exactly mental health, but it's kind of different, because mental fitness is something that a lot of people don't know about, that you can actually strengthen the power of your brain. I'm going to tell you some information that is not correct from a medical point of view, but it will give you the idea in metaphor to understand exactly how this one works. So put it this way, imagine that your brain is a muscle, even though this is not correct medically. The more you train that muscle, the more the muscle will get stronger. You put a little bit of load, it will get harder. Then you increase the load harder, and you're increasing substantially in a progressive manner. Then you will actually enhance and improve your powerful mindset, mental fitness, which will then allow you to be able to tackle generally stronger situations and handle a longer period of stress, because you've got that fitness that others will normally collapse on. I hope that made sense over here. And I'm going to take the next question I have here on the board is, what can I do? What can I do to connect with someone on the first time? Well, that's a very good question. This question can be, I think I have made some videos over here and here about this topic. I guess first you need to understand who is the person that you're dealing with. And then once you have analyzed this person, what are their likings, what are dislikings, and etc. Yep, I am getting your messages privately. Yes, and I am answering. That's fine. I will be answering those shortly. Stay with me. So moving on from here, knowing the person, how do you get to know the person that you are just meeting? If you check on here on this platform, there is a video with the name Lie Detection Like a Pro, which helps you to read the mind of the other person when they are thinking, when they are recalling information from the past, when they're thinking about the future. By understanding how their body language goes, eye movement, tonality, and the sentences and the phrases that they use, you can actually get a very strong idea of what kind of person you are dealing with, and whether they are visual, whether they are auditory and kinesthetic. And from then moving forward, you can then pardon me. From then moving forward, you can then start to match up the conversation to connect with that person by using their preferences. So if they are visual people, then you would use visual phrases. You will sort of cater for the visual characteristics and traits that those people can often connect with. You don't want to be using other traits that are not really related to those people that may not connect with that type of thing. Okay. We have another question over here. Okay, see guys, hello and welcome for joining the live. If we are meeting for the first time, I'm Dr. Joe Isaac. Thank you for tuning in live streaming from Sydney, Australia. And yes, I guess other people in there can tell you what is happening. Where are you tuning in from? Because I don't know who you are, and if you have been following me or we met on the first time, so please go ahead and meet each other over here while we go over here. Hello, hello for those people that are joining over here. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we do have, how do we deal with a spark of determination to do something? Got a question over here on the board. Make sure that you do like and subscribe if you haven't. And for you guys over here, make sure that you like the last few videos as well, because I'm currently in the shadow ban umbrella, but for some reason, I don't know why. So that, I guess, will help us to get out of here. We've got some Sydney people, some Melbourne people, meet each other, make some friends. It's about networking. Corona time is all about us getting together to face this beast and face the loneliness. And there's some people out there by themselves, so we gotta stick together. And that's why I'm doing my lives on several platforms at the same time. Let's take the next question. How do we deal with the spark of a determination to do something that has been long lost, but the will is there? I have made something about this over here on this platform, is specifically about this particular topic, is how to create perseverance or persistence that can last. One of the most powerful tactics that has worked for so many people, and so many people that I have suggested this for, suggested for others, and it seems to have produced the same quality outcome, which is think of the end result. What is the end result? And live in the end result of whatever it is that you are doing. When you do this, that spark that you have at the moment, that energy that you have, when you can see the outcome of it, is going to give you energy to fight like there is absolutely no tomorrow. Thank you. We'll see you next time over here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by. See you next time. So this is how you prolong that part, because I always say, if there is a will, there is a way. And if there was a will, there will be always a way. How strong that will is, how long it will last, it all depends on what you can see. If I could see myself, if I can do this and this and this is what's going to happen in the future. I might have to, grind my teeth at the moment and then sort of go forward from there when I can see what is happening. Okay, I hope that makes perfect sense. And I'm ready to take the next question. So the next one, yes. Okay, so the TikTok famous, yes. I can only do, for the TikTok famous, I can only do one episode a month, okay? And due to the time, at the moment I'm by myself, we are on lockdown here in Australia. So very, very difficult for me to handle the scenario by myself. So bear with me, but everything will be coming. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Which one do you like better? Buttermilk is raising something. It looks like is on both cases at the same time. We have a question over here. How can I deal with negative people? That's a very, very, very good question. How can I deal with negative people? Actually, this is a question of the day. And if you are here, if you look for the last few videos, you will see over here a lot of negative remarks I have been seeing. And negativity is just going to get worse and worse and worse. And because of that, we need to develop our tactical response to that negativity. Because with the coronavirus, you got to understand, with the coronavirus, with people losing their jobs, with people feeling lonely. There's a level of stress, anger, perhaps even depression, anxiety at play, which is going to make the people really crazy about how they live their life. So you got to be ready for that. So how do we handle that? Number one thing, you would want to sort of contain the positive look. In what sense? I said this before about 9 years ago when I started to develop the character I have now. Before, I was very shy. I didn't have friends. I couldn't say two sentences at once. And I transformed from that person to become that person. So I said this a long time ago, and this was one of the things that really made me connect with myself better. And I said a rule to myself: I will never, ever let anybody whatsoever reach my heart from their feedback. What does that mean? That means when people tell me, oh, yeah, we really enjoyed your last seminar. The conference was great. We loved it. I will say, thank you. I appreciate it. But it's not getting to my heart. And if they criticized and said it was absolutely terrible, it was the worst thing we've ever seen in our life, I will also say thank you, but it's not going to get to my heart. And this is the sort of armor that I have to handle negative people, that they're going to come and always look at the negative side of things. For you, number one step, you need to wear your armor that nothing can get through the armor to affect you from the negativity of them people. Number two, you need to start emitting higher positive energy to counter that negativity. That's step number two. If you had to be in the environment, if you had to be in the environment of those negative people in that scenario. The third solution, which is much easier to handle those negative people, if you can just stay away from them, just eliminate those kind of negative people from the environment if you can. But I know sometimes we don't have the ability to avoid being with negative people and being surrounded by them. We meet them at work, we meet them everywhere. So I guess we just have to somehow survive. So if that's the survival, put your rule now that it doesn't matter who, don't let their feedback get to your heart. That's number one. Number two, higher positive energy from your side. Whenever they're saying something negative, whenever they're looking at anything negative, straight away tell them, look at this, how amazing is this? Counter that negativity. Number three, if you had the chance to eliminate them and push them away from your surroundings, that will be a fantastic thing to do. Let's look at a number of other questions that are still coming. What motivates me to create content? That's actually a very good question. What motivates me to make content for people is one thing. I get from anybody around the world saying, thank you, this video has helped me a lot. Thank you, that has changed my life. Thank you, I really enjoyed this and I'm now going to apply it. That remark, that sentence, that effect, and I have some people that have been following me for a number of years and they have been transformed from where they were to where they are. And this on its own is a motivational factor that keeps me waking up every day with full, powerful energy to punch the wall, because I'm looking for that, pardon me, I'm looking for that one person to make a difference for. And I will be doing this and I'll continue to do this. And even if you shadow ban, even if you don't show my videos to the world, it doesn't matter. If you show it for one, I will continue to do it. I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking to, not to you. You're good. All right. So that's another thing that we can cover over here. I also will be going lives perhaps in the afternoons, late in the afternoon on LinkedIn. That will be coming. So if you are looking for job at the moment, if you are thinking about upskill certain skills that you want to work with in terms of technology, I'll be talking about those topics on LinkedIn. So if you're not with me on LinkedIn, follow me, search my name in Google, Dr. Joe Isaac, and then go ahead and punch the enter button and you will see me coming up on YouTube, on LinkedIn articles and so on. You will find me. Okay, let's have a look at what else you guys have. Thank you so much for your nice remarks. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support and for your amazing presence as well. Moving on, What do you do? A very good question. This is a very, very controversial one. This question. It is going to be very hard for me to answer that question because it's got a lot of personal preferences. It's got a lot of thoughts. If it was me, I will probably have a solution that he did not put in here, which is how to save the two people and survive. If the option is not there, how to save the two people, even if I have to lose my life. These are my two options. That's what I personally will be choosing. Anyway, I think we are going very well. I do appreciate your presence. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you for your amazing questions. I think it is now time for dinner. It's a late dinner for me, but I will be live again, and I will often be around the 8 p.m., somewhere between 6:30 perhaps to 8 p.m. Australian Sydney time or Australian Eastern Standard Time. So tune in around the same time for LinkedIn. I think we'll be adding the LinkedIn to the platforms so we can answer questions from everywhere and talk to everybody at the same time. Not really sure about the lives on LinkedIn. It's not something that I have been doing for quite some time. So I guess it's a learning experience for me. If you have any experience yourself about the shadow ban or you've experienced it, I'd like to hear from you. Make sure that you drop comments on here on this platform on YouTube about the TikTok famous series, and let me know what are your findings. Give me as much as you can. I will appreciate it, and I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, no problem. Corona time right now. I have a tickle in my throat, but I have been isolating, so that's okay. Don't worry so much. I'm totally fine. Thank you all for tuning in. I think this is the time where I'm going to call it off for the night. Appreciate your presence. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming in and for your questions. I really appreciate it. And I wish you a lovely, lovely, lovely night or day, wherever you are. Thank you. Until then, I'll see you next time.